Hello everyone, my name is Monica and in this video I will demonstrate my project for SIT 313 task 9.1c deploy the dev deckin app. So this project is a React based app that allows user to sign up, login or securely log out using Firebase authentication and Firestore. I will be explaining how each part of the code works and how the app handles authentication and finally show you the deployment on Netlify. So the first code is firebase.js. So the first file I am explaining is firebase.js. This file connects my React app with Firebase. I begin by importing Firebase functions such as initialize app, get authentication and get firestore. Then I create a Firebase configuration object that holds my Firebase project credentials. Using the initialize app method, I initialize the Firebase app and then export both authentication and DB. So the authentication object allow me to use Firebase authentication for user login and sign up, while DB connects my app to the Firestore database. So this database stores additional user information like first name, last name and email, which we will see later in the sign up process. So the next is now I will explain my app.jsx file. So this is the main component that controls how user move between pages. Inside this file, I import browse router, root and route from React router. These are used to define navigation paths such as login, sign up and home. I also import the on authentication state change method from Firebase, which constantly listens to changes in the user's login state. In the use effect hook, I use this function to check whether a user is logged in or not. If a user is logged in, then information is stored in the user state, otherwise it remains null. Depending on the state, the app automatically redirects user to the appropriate page, either on the home page if they are logged in or login if they aren't. So this ensures that only authenticated users can access restricted areas of the app. So our next code is signup.jsx. It handles the user registration process. It allows new users to create an account by entering their first name, last name, email and password. So when the form is submit, the handle submit function is triggered. Inside it, I use Firebase create user with email and password method, which creates a new user using a provided email and password. After the user is successfully created, I store their additional information like name and email in Firestore using the setDoc function. So I store their this saves the data inside the user's collection with the user's unique ID as a document name. Once the sign up process is complete, the app automatically navigates the user to the login page. So this helps to maintain a smooth registration flow and ensures that all user information is safely stored in the cloud. So our next is login.jsx. So this is responsible for authenticating existing users. It uses React state hook to capture the user's email and password input. When the user clicks the login button, the handle submit function is called. Inside it, I use Firebase sign up with email and password function, which checks if the provided credential match an existing account. If the credentials aren't correct, the user is redirected to the home page. If not, an error occurred and displayed informing that the email and password are not valid. So this file also includes a navigation link to the sign up page, allowing user who don't have an account to easily create one. The combination of input validation, authentication and error handling makes the login process user friendly and home secure. So next is home.jsx. This page displays a personalized greeting showing either his full name or Firestore or their email address from Firebase authentication. When the component loads, it checks the current authenticated user and retrieves their profile information from Firestore using the getDoc function. So this ensures the app displays the correct user details every time they log in. The homepage also includes the most important part of the task, the sign out functionality. The logout button runs the function called handle logout, which calls the Firebase signout method. This logs the user out of their account and immediately redirects them to back to the login page using the navigate function. This completes the required enhancement for task 9.1c. So now last file is app.css, which is used for styling only. The style sheet defines the visual structure of the forms, buttons, and page layout. I have centered all the form using flexbox, applied soft background colors, and rounded borders for a modern look. So this is my CSS file. So now let's move to, so this is my Firebase setup. This is the Firestore database, and the next one is authentication. So let me show you first Netlify. So this is my link. When I open this link, it asks us for login. So let's sign up. So now I have created account. So let's log in here. So this is our home page, this is our login page, and this is a sign up page. So now the user has been stored here. All details of the user are stored here, all the timings, email, first name and last name. And the new users will store here. We can simply delete account, disable or reset password from here. And this is our Netlify app. We can simply change our name from here. So the link has also changed. So yeah, this is for this task. Thanks for watching.